On YouTube, personalities clash, drama unfolds, and opinions collide. In this video, we delve into the glare. We explore his reactions and feelings toward the conduct of individuals like BHB, Dolly, Molly, and others in the past, along with his reactions and feelings toward a new player, Turtle Boy.
Yeah, that's what makes this so fucking easy for me. Is like I don't give a fuck. Like if I do something wrong, I'll face it. I'm okay with facing it. You know, like I'm okay with facing my mistakes. I'm benefit from that. I became without fear. Come at me, bro, with anything you got. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. Come at me with anything you got, and I'm just gonna be thankful for you. I'm gonna be grateful. And when you do that, you learn to really be grateful for things like your freedoms and your rights, because I did. And I exercise that here as much as possible, as much as I possibly can. Sure it does. I'm an emotional person. So, I mean, I'm not misrepresenting myself at all.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, people could interpret it differently, and that interpretation would misrepresent who you actually are in real life.
That's their problem, not mine.
I know, but I'm just saying people are like that. And I think with
heels,
like
you wonder why I don't have more subs? It's because of that. Because I'm that honest. That's why. I don't play the game.
Let's take a look into the Glarer's reactions and feelings concerning the actions of BHB, Dolly, Molly, and other YouTube personalities involved into distinct cases.
We're in the road. We're in public street.
See, I love this because Bullhorn Betty is a professional Karen. Okay, she is a pro Karen, a K1000 Terminator, and she knows that they can be in public property, so they're in a public road and they're quote unquote protesting, actually harassing from a public road. So they're harassing this guy and using the First Amendment to do it and trying to get him fired from his job. And they're saying, hey, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here. We're not leaving until he comes out, they say.
We're in the public street. We're in the public street.
Wow. She's such an empathetic person, right? She's such a sweetheart. The same sweetheart we were just watching, right? That's the real Molly Goin people. Get out of my fucking face. I'm going to come here and I'm going to harass you at your job, even though you had nothing to do with anything, but I'm going to harass you at your job and make your workday suck. And get out of my fucking face for confronting me about it. All of a sudden, you're not protesting? What are you doing then? Because that's your one excuse. That's your one even slightly applicable justification to your behavior. And now you're not protesting? Then what the fuck are you doing?
I ask questions when I can ask questions, and that's what I do. But these protesters out here are ready to whip the crap out of Billy Joe and Leilani if they step foot out of the house.
Oh my God, so she's out here throwing everybody that she organized out there, throwing them under the bus. Because remember, she was the first one out there. Her and dipshit Dolly were the first ones out there. And now she's throwing them under the bus? These people that have had her back, that have been cheering for her, that have been looking to her for leadership, she's throwing them under the bus? It's pretty un-American, just saying. Nobody's telling you that you can't express your freedom of speech. The problem with what these people are doing is they're abusing their freedom of speech. And the reason why I say that is because they're not considering, thank you, Barb Murray, they need an update, not a life coach share. Thank you. The reason why there's the difference between, in this case, they're abusing their freedom of speech and not exercising it, is because they are victimizing people in the process. Not just the people that are protesting, but innocent bystanders that are in the general vicinity, that are in the environment, and they're not thinking of them. So when you abuse your freedom of speech, it's because you're being an asshole. Because I like my freedom of speech, and I don't want laws to be made that are going to constrict my freedom of speech that much more and keep me more boxed up as an American. That pisses me off when I think about it, okay? Because, no, you're just a protester. Because they've redefined the word. It's gross. They've redefined the word. Because now protester means heckler. It means heckler. That's all it means. It's gross. It's disgusting. They've managed to pervert the First Amendment. Imagine that. Imagine being able to pull that off by being a fucking low-life piece of shit YouTuber. Imagine that.
Our journey doesn't stop here. We shift gears to introduce Turtle Boy and his actions during the Karen Reed case. Who is Turtle Boy? And what are his actions during this case? What role did he play in this particular drama?
The red stuff is the marinara sauce, folks. It's blood. Blood pizza, covered in blood. If you eat it, you're just as bad as they are. Unless you're really hungry and you're starving and you need food to survive. But other than that, if you're just eating it for fun, probably go to another pizza shop. Hey, Chris!
We
miss you, Chris. Come play.
Every time, no joke. Every time Albert opened up that door, I would stick my head in there and I'd look in and I'd yell something and I'd see his face. He's so mad. He was so mad. And I love it. I love that I can do this to them whenever I want. So Chris, like, I'm gonna do a lot more, dude. You better get used to me. Chris, I will stop when you come clean. That's it. You just gotta come clean.
Conflicted state trooper Michael Proctor. It appears as if, does he still, oh, you notice he's got a turtle crossing thing there? He put that up. Some people thought that a turtle rider put that up. We're not told that he put that up. And that's kind of speaks to how arrogant he is, that he's almost like mocking us. They do have a private property sign now, which is smart because I've knocked on his door a couple weeks ago and he's a state trooper, so he knows that if he puts that up, then we cannot step on his property, which is fine. It also appears as if they've taken down the thin blue line flag, which is good because Michael Proctor doesn't care about murdered police officers who sacrificed their lives and because he covered one up. No, he pretends to because he arrested and charged a woman that not only is factually innocent, but that he knows is factually innocent. And I don't understand. Reed was charged with the murder of John O'Keefe shortly after that. So I just want all of John McCabe's neighbors to know, in case they don't already know, the people that live right here at 12. They're cop killers. These are cop killers, folks. These are cop killers that live here. They could have saved John O'Keefe's life. They didn't have to. So your neighbors are cop killers. They're going to try to live life like nothing has happened, but we're not going to let them do that, because you don't get to kill police officers and fathers and get away with it. And you certainly don't get to frame innocent people who did nothing wrong to you and send them to jail for the rest of their life, simply because you don't want to take responsibility for what your brother-in-law / side piece did. So
I'm here to be like, nope, you can't. I'm not allowing you to do that anymore.
He has.
how are you?
All right.
So how did court go the other day?
Sorry, do you have a child on the team?
Do you?
I do, so I'm trying to
No, I'm at a public event, so I can do whatever I want. So anyway, so John, I have a question. Did you think that you could outsmart Karen Reed? Did you? Do you think that's funny?
Breaking news. Aidan Kearney aka #TurtleBoy has admitted to sharing revenge porn of his former girlfriends online as retaliation. Revenge porn is not currently illegal in Massachusetts. Tweet from Grant Smith Ellis. Breaking news. The #TurtleBoy Revenge Porn Banishment Act of 2024, as it is known by some, has passed in the Massachusetts House 151-0 recently. TurtleBoy, aka Aidan Kearney, bragged about sending such revenge porn because it was legal. Send it up next. Now, it's time to understand the Glaire's stance on TurtleBoy. Does he align with TurtleBoy's actions, or is there a clash of ideologies?
TurtleBoy's not going to plead guilty to those charges. He has no intention of pleading guilty to those charges because he's not guilty. I mean, you heard him on the steps of the courthouse as he was leaving, and he said the first thing he's going to do is basically get new equipment because they seized his computers and phones, and he's going to hire an aggressive criminal attorney, the most aggressive one that he can get. I mean, this is just insane that they thought that this would be some way, shape, or form a way to quiet him. Because even if they got some sort of order they passed some sort of order that he can't even talk about this case. If there was a gag order where he's not allowed to talk about this case at all, even if that were the case, okay? Like, there's going to be a shit ton. It's going to create a tree full of branches of people on social media discussing not only the Karen Reed case, bringing more attention to that, but TurtleBoy's case as well. And now TurtleBoy being arrested, make no mistake, people, is just another aspect of how insane this case is. It shouldn't be happening. But whether or not it goes on past the Reed case or whatever, it really is irrelevant as far as I'm concerned, because what TurtleBoy is in jail for, what he's being charged with, what the Cat and Nine are being charged with, is extremely important. To me, it's very, very, very important. It's just as important for different reasons as far as I'm concerned. Because these people are being charged with a crime, and they're being punished as a way to protest and for protesting for your right. So it's very important that we don't allow the law to lock you up for speaking your opinions. I mean, this is a big thing for freedom of the press. It's a major First Amendment issue. So it's really important. What TurtleBoy is doing by sitting in jail for simply exercising his First Amendment rights, this is a big deal. And we need to be aware of it. We need to be in his corner as far as this is concerned. Like him or not, the fact of the matter is he's in jail when he shouldn't be. And if that precedent is set, all of your freedoms are in danger. I realize that some people are turning on TurtleBoy because of the allegations against him, and that's fine. But the thing is to me, this is about liking TurtleBoy or disliking TurtleBoy. This is about facts. And I believe it was absolutely entrapment, Mark. I agree. Maybe not entrapment, but I mean, there was definitely some railroading going on. I don't know if there was any red tape or loophole that they get to work through to where it was all legal-like, but it was fucking gross. But I damn sure know that this woman is not a victim of a restraining order being violated or domestic violence for that matter that I have seen any evidence of. In fact, I've heard quite the contrary. I've heard evidence to the contrary. It is abundantly clear that he's not. This isn't even a question of like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to lean this way or lean that way. No. If the only evidence you have is that video completely and totally indicates an unhinged woman who is being absolutely manipulative of keeping somebody there who doesn't want to be there. That is the aggressor. That is the abuser. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what you say. If he's trying to leave, she's trying to keep him there, and she's threatening and pulling her kids out of bed. She's the aggressor. Karen. And I mean, right, as Kacheri's saying, Karen, level epic, okay? So much so that Florida had a law passed that was inspired by her. About Karening. That you cannot Karen. Basically, I don't know the exact law. And I think it has something to do with screaming and yelling outside of people's homes. But she would do this, and she did this for absolutely no reason. She did this, again, people would compare TurtleBoy to this person. People love to compare TurtleBoy to this person. And the fact is there's a vast difference. Because TurtleBoy does not, or at least I have not seen it, does not do this to people who are not in questionable positions as far as a murder case goes. What she will do is she will scream and yell outside of a murder suspect's home who there is actually a legitimate law enforcement investigation taking place. Screaming and yelling, knocking on people's doors, asking them questions, people who are just neighbors who are actually potential witnesses. And even in some case, a missing persons case where those people could actually be potential suspects. This is not healthy at all. This is not okay. Now, in the John O'Keefe Karen Reed case, this is very different because we see court documents and witness statements that very much dictate that people are lying. Okay? This person basically claims to do what Turtle Boy does, except she doesn't.
I would like to invite viewers to voice their opinions. Head over to the Community tab and cast your vote on whether the Glairer deserves a spot. In the Betrayer's introduction section, your voice matters, and I want to hear from the community.